Thanks for staying with Sunrise. 16 Jamaicans have been awarded the 2022 Chevening Scholarships to pursue master's degrees in the United Kingdom. The scholars were selected from an extremely strong shortlisted cohort of about 50 who were chosen from a wider candidate pool of more than 400. Let's welcome Jenoy Reed, Risk Officer with Grace Kennedy Financial Group, and Kristina Neil, Policy Advocacy Manager at We Change JA, to share more. Good morning, Kristina.
Good morning.
And Jenoy is joining us on Zoom. Good morning, Jenoy.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, it's good to have you both here this morning. All right, so before we jump into our little chit-chat, I want us to establish a background.
Okay.
What is the Chevening Scholarship? I'll throw it at you, Kristina.
Sure. So the Chevening Scholarship Program is a program that is funded by the United Kingdom, the government of the United Kingdom, and it is a scholarship for professionals who are interested in seeking out their masters.
Right.
And the wonderful thing with Chevening, as I'm sure it would have been said, is that with Chevening, whatever area or field that you're interested in pursuing, you can do that as long as there's an interest in developing your country. And that's, I think, the whole point of the Chevening program. It's looking for people who are interested in developing their countries in whatever area that they study or whatever area that they feel is integral and in need of some sort of support.
Beautiful. And so, Jenoy, I'm going to throw the spotlight on you. What is the process to apply for this scholarship?
Okay, so firstly, as some persons may be aware, is a quite rigorous process. 4 essays that are included in the process. Of course, there's an online application, and the essay focus points are leadership, your ability to network, your career goals, and the university they plan to study in the where you plan to study in the United Kingdom. So when you're applying for the Chevening, of course, you'd have to, as Christina mentioned, the focus is to develop leaders who can contribute to their nation. So you will find a program or different programs from 3 universities. Once you've highlighted those programs, you should be able to build up a profile and write in an essay as to why you chose those courses, why you chose those universities, and you put them in a particular order. And from there, you have your universities, you will have the career goals that you want to see implemented in the country. You speak about your leadership and your ability to network, and then you go on to apply. After applying, or before applying, you can apply for the universities, and you must obtain your unconditional university acceptance by about July. And once you've done the interviews, which usually takes place in about April, thereabout, you do the interviews, and once you're selected, you finalize with respect to the university, and congrats, you'd be a Chevening scholar.
You just made it sound like cheese, just
And
1,
it's
2,
not.
3.
It's
But
not.
the prerequisites, though, Kristina, what are the prerequisites?
So for prerequisites, one, for any master's degree that you're pursuing, you need to have your bachelor's degree or your undergraduate degree. It's usually recommended that it's a 2-1, and here in Jamaica, it's like a second-class honors degree or above. After that, you also need 2 years work experience. And the wonderful thing with the work experience is that it doesn't have to be formal. I have a position in Grace Kennedy. It can also be voluntary work. So if you've been volunteering with an organization for a minimum of 2 years, then that's legit all you need. And just go and apply.
Just go and apply. So, Jenoy, I want to quickly, we don't have much time, so I really want to get as much out of this session. How did you actually prepare yourself for applying?
Okay, well, as you know, Chevening is very competitive, so I knew of that competition before applying. And it was a lot of mental work, wrestling with the fact that whether I want to try to apply or don't apply. And, speaking to different individuals, seeing past Chevening scholars, looking at their profiles, looking at their accomplishments. And, it's really just coming to that decision that, am I going to apply? Am I not going to apply? And really, you have to just decide that you are the only person who stand in the way of your own future. So the decision is yours to make, and I made that decision.
Awesome. Kristina, what was your experience?
Do we have time?
Yes.
So I was in several minds about applying to Chevening, but my wonderful friend, who is a past scholar herself, she pushed me to apply. She was like, "Girl, I gotta get it, so just do it."
There you go.
And the process of doing it was one that was difficult because it takes a lot out of you in terms of those 4 essays. They're short for some because it's just 500 words, but it takes a lot out of you, and it asks you a lot of questions about yourself, what you have been doing with your time, and what you want to do with the rest of your time. And that can be really difficult to respond to, but I think I went through it very well. The waiting process is one of the harder ones because having to wait and find out if you did your best and if that was good enough, that was really difficult.
Yes.
But I'm really happy that I made the decision, and I'm really excited to go to the UK to study. And I'd encourage anybody. It's difficult, but I think once you have some support around you, it's worth it.
Go for it. What course of study will you be pursuing?
So I'm going to be doing my master's in gender, sexuality, and culture, a subject that a lot of people might go, "Why are you studying that?" But I'll be doing that at the University of Manchester.
Okay, beautiful. And Janoy, what's your course of study?
Okay, so my studies will be in actuarial science data analytics at the University of Leicester.
All right, great. Kristina, what does this mean for you? This opportunity, this grand opportunity, what does it mean for you?
Honestly, what it means for me is that I'm gaining new knowledge, I'm gaining new information, and all of this information is one that I'm really interested in putting towards the development of Jamaica here, specifically in the field of reproductive health and reproductive justice. So what it means for me is a new opportunity for myself to grow, but also an opportunity for me to see how I can help the landscape here in Jamaica grow as well.
All right. And Janoy, you catch that ball. What does that mean? What does this opportunity mean for you?
Well, it means a lot. As I mentioned in my profile, that my focus area is the implementation of a national micro-pension scheme. It's going to be my first time out of the island. So it's a new experience and a lot of fun. And, you know, it's just giving me an opportunity to accomplish something I wouldn't have been able to accomplish on my own. And my family could have provided me with these opportunities. So I'm just immensely grateful, and I'm just thankful to, you know, the government in the UK and the different, you know, personnel who came to, you know, select me as a Chevening Scholar. It's truly humbling. And, you know, I'm just really appreciative and grateful.
And before I hear from Kristina how she felt at the point of learning of her award, what was the feeling for you when I guess you opened that email or you got that call? I don't know what it was. What was that feeling for you, Janoy?
Yes, it was an email. You know, when I first saw it, I ran around the house about 7 times because I was just so excited. You know, I mean, I know a lot of Chevening scholars, and I'm like, wow, I'm up there with these persons, and you know, it's just amazing. So I was just out of it for quite some time. I couldn't believe it at all.
I can imagine the euphoria after all the rigors that you had to go through with the application process. What was your experience?
I was super thrilled when I saw the email, and I ran out of my room to my mother and told her immediately, and she started crying. And it was a lot. I was really excited because it took so much out of you, and the wait time again is so long to the point where you start doubting yourself. So when you see it, it's amazing. It was a really good feeling.
So we're about to go, but Janoy, just give that one person watching this morning who needs that extra oomph and confidence to go for the next application when it opens. Just encourage them this morning.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, you know, you are the only person who will stand between you and your own future, and whatever you envision for yourself, it's only you who can accomplish it. I can't accomplish your goals, nor can anybody else. So you just have to make up that decision. And, you know, for some persons, they might see it as a risk, but it's a risk worth taking. So go for it. And, you know, the future and the world is yours for the taking.
All right, so thank you so much, Kristina and Janoy. Go ahead, do well, shine, do your best, and I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.